Today at home with Miss Joan, we're going to make some chicken meatballs. I'm telling you what, your family's going to love it. And they're not even going to realize that this is a low-carb dish. It is so good. It kind of reminds me of going to like the Chinese restaurant and getting the General's chicken. You get that sweet and that spicy taste to it. This right here is so good, and I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make. And you already know that I keep some chicken cooked up in my freezer, so I just thawed this out. You can use your canned chicken for this if you want to. But this is 2 cups of cooked chicken. Now, you don't have to have a food processor to make this in. It just makes it easier for me. I think if you watch my meatball recipe, my meatloaf recipe, you'll see that I also make my meatloaf in here. So anyway, into my food processor is going 2 cups of cooked chicken. Now what I'm going to do first is I'm going to chop that up a little bit. Alright, let me see if I got it how I want. Yeah, look at that. Just chopped up my chicken real quick, and I've seen some of you do it on with your mixers too. How it shreds up chicken really quick. Alright, we got 2 cups of chicken. To this, I'm going to add 2 eggs. This is 1/4 cup of pork rinds. Pork rinds, if you want to make a low carb dish, it really has no carbs in it. So it's going into my dish here. The pork rinds and the egg, and when I get to the almond flour, which I'll just go ahead and put it in. Almond flour, it basically has either very few carbs or no carbs in it. Here goes a tablespoon of almond flour. Now your almond flour and your egg and your pork rinds there is going to make this bind up. I told you about the sweet and spicy taste. Well, here's what we're going to do to add it to the meatballs. Plus, we're going to make this wonderful glaze that also has a spicy taste to it that goes on top of these. But right now, I'm putting a teaspoon of ginger, sprinkling it in here all around. And then here are my red pepper flakes. You know that's going to kick it up right there. That looks good. Pretty. Love the color. I'm going to put a teaspoon of onion powder. And then I'm going to put a teaspoon of garlic powder. All right. So you see the 4 spices that I put in there. And then I'm going to kick in a little black pepper and salt. Well, pepper's kind of clogged up today. I don't know what caused that. There goes the salt. All right. Put the lid on. For you, you could mix this up with your hand, big spoon, anything like that. I really use my food processor a lot. All right. I'm just going to dump it over in this bowl so y'all can see me ball them up, that's all. Whoa, dang. Okie doke. Now we just got to decide what size we're going to make our meatballs. This right here is 1/8 cup measuring cup. I'm going to see what that looks like. But I'm going to ball it up in there, okay? I'm going to roll it out. Hey, that's pretty good right there. What do you think? See that? All right. Going to spray my baking dish. Non-stick spray. Put my little chicken meatball in there. Now, do y'all see how easy that was? Now, you can just ball these up in your hand. You don't have to measure them. But if you do want them all to be, I'm doing a heaping. See that? Heaping 1/8 cup. That looks like a good one. Or the size that we're used to eating anyway. Could even go a little smaller. You put this sauce on here that I'm fixing to make. And it is so good. Well, I see I've got them a little bit different sizes. See how easy these are to make? Chicken meatballs. After you get your size going, you can just about pick it out with your hand and know what it is. But anyway, I'm going to just keep balling these up, and I'll get back with you in a minute. are. Today, this recipe made 13. I usually get about 10 to 12 off the recipe. So I got 13 chicken meatballs, and these are going to go in a 350-degree oven. I'm going to let them kind of pre-bake for 10 minutes while I make the sauce. And then we pour the sauce on top, let them bake just a little bit more. Now we're going to whip up a great sauce on this, and you're going to see where it's going to give us that Chinese vibe going on. Okay, I'm going to put an 1/8 of a cup of soy sauce. Now, if you've got teriyaki sauce, you can put that in here. I'm putting in soy sauce because that's what I've got. And then I'm going to put 1/4 of a cup of sesame oil. And then I melted my butter, of which I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of melted butter. And then earlier, you know, we put 4 spices in here. Well, I'm going to use all of the spices except I think it was onion powder. So I'm going to put another teaspoon of ginger, will go into the sauce. Teaspoon of the red pepper flakes. And people call these chili flakes. They do have a kick to them. And then a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm going to salt and pepper it. And then I'm going to throw in a few splashes. Well, let's just measure it so people will understand. Let's do a 1/2 teaspoon of Sriracha. That'd give it a kick. Okay. And here is my sauce, except I still need to add 1/4 a cup of erythritol. Now, erythritol, I call it funky sugar. That's just my name for it. It's like the 0-calorie sweeteners that you can buy. So any 0-calorie sweetener. But I believe the erythritol does 1/4 a cup of sugar, does 1/4 a cup of erythritol. Is that right? In the measuring. So if you're going to use anything other than erythritol, you need to see how sweet it's going to make your sauce, a tasting of it, okay? Because you want it to be some sweet and some spicy. Okay? Now, we've got everything. And I'm just letting that just get a little bit of hot so all the things I put in it can go in together really good. Then I'm going to pour it over my meatballs. Okay, here we go. I'm taking my sauce. Well, all I'm doing is taking a little dipping spoon, putting it on top of it. Now these will go in the oven and bake another 15 minutes. We'll have some great chicken meatballs, and you're going to love the sweet and the spicy taste of these. And I think there's 22 carbs in this whole dish. When you add it up yourself now, and check me, don't just take my word for it. And then you take the number of meatballs and divide into it. So if there was 10 meatballs, it'd be 2.2 carbs per meatball. Well, I got 13, so mine's going to be just a little bit under 2 carbs each, and they're so good. I'm going to bake these off. They are ready to eat. I'm just going to eat mine on the side of some bean salad, and we'll try to put that in, link it, because we already have posted a bean salad recipe. But here's 3 of the meatballs. So if you eat these 3 meatballs, you're going to have 6 to 7 meatballs. You're going to have 6 to 7 carbs in all of them. And here's the rest of them. And I'm telling you what, your family's just really going to love this chicken meatball dish. I want to thank my subscribers. Y'all really are a blessing to me, especially those of you that comment and talk to me through writing on YouTube. And I want you to know that we're going to put the recipe in the description box. And if you would share my videos, I surely would appreciate it. And hit the like button. That lets YouTube know that you like this recipe, you like this kind of stuff that I'm doing. And I'm going to enjoy eating some chicken meatballs today, the low carb way, right here at Home with Miss Joan.